So let's fast forward to you get this company going, and you have to get this system. You have to figure out how to produce this jewelry. Will you share that in your words?
It was immediately all about the metal for me. So what's amazing about this metal is, first of all, I would collect Czechoslovakian jewelry because that was just gorgeous. It was glass and brass, and it had that 100-year-old patina that you just couldn't find anywhere, and that heavy quality.
And the beautiful ornate details. You just don't see it with those turn-of-the-century stampings.
That Art Deco quality. And so I tried to find that. We tried to find that. We all looked for it. I mean, you could find the precious metals, which were so expensive, and we were on a budget. And so we didn't want we didn't want anything like really, really shiny, but we wanted to match that. We wanted something like that.
The timeless vintage look.
It's that timeless quality that you can't find. And when I was designing jewelry, when we had stores, I was using whatever findings were available on the market. And I always felt like it just didn't have that same depth to it. And I really wanted the pieces that we were taking apart to make the pieces. And that's what I ended up doing, is just taking apart old jewelry to remake it, because you just couldn't find it.
But we ran out. And so we knew, we ran out of old pieces that we found at auctions and flea markets, and we knew we had to do something. So I would just scour and just look online and look wherever, and that was the beginning of online. And so it took forever. So anyway, we found the perfect metal. And we have taken 10 years to hone the artisan process of having that timeless quality that looks identical to, you cannot tell the difference between this metal and, because there is no difference. The difference is that the other is 100 years old, but we have a really special, unique way of making them look the same.
You call it pure and honest natural brass. So tell me exactly how you make that happen. Where does it come from?
Okay, well, it's solid through and through. Our particular brass that we use is a high content copper. So it's copper, zinc, like in the upper percentile. So something really unique about copper is that it's all here, all US. We don't have to import it. We're self-sustaining here. 60% of copper is recycled here in the US. We also, zinc is sustainable. And our artisan process is really unique, and there's a lot of different stages that go into it, but it's all touched by our hands.
So from the second it comes out of the ground as pure metals, and it goes through this amazing process where it's stamped and pressed exactly with these intricate little details, and then it comes to your artisans, and they by hand create the jewelry. Like there is no glue. It is all handcrafted.
Little elves in the workshop.
Art. So knowing that process is so amazing to me, because I have my beautiful bracelet that I have been wearing. What this brass does when you wear it is it shines up and it starts to change in color, and it lightens, and then if you don't wear it for a while, it kind of goes back to the darker color, and then you wear it again and it shines up. And that, to me, and my little personal experience, was amazing with my little bracelet. As my bracelet started to shine, the more I wore it, I realized that I was remembering more the things I wanted to remember. And I felt like I was starting to shine.
Yeah.
So that's something that's so beautiful, is I have never worn a piece of jewelry that becomes me. It is part of who I am. If something happens to me, you'll have to come and police my children over who gets this, because this is part of me. And I love how you express that. Tell us a little bit how you came up with that and why.
Well, family means everything to all of us. And just knowing that, like, we could raise our kids while we're designing, and our daughters now, some of our daughters are already designers, and the hopes for mine to be a designer one day. She loves jewelry and beads already.
She's two, but she's going to be a designer.
But like what Wendy touched on too, just from the first hands that ever touched the metal on the ground, and to all our artisans' hands, how many different hands it goes through, and then to the woman that wears it. and knowing that she's going to cherish the piece and love the piece and pass it down to maybe her daughter and then her granddaughter. And these are heirloom pieces that really could stay in the family for a long time, and just they're so meaningful. You know, just like you said, all these pieces that you're wearing, you chose those special pieces because it meant something to you and your family, or it was a memory from childhood, or something maybe that your mother or grandmother, you know, you spent time with them, and it's just that little memory, and to hold it close and dear to your heart, it just makes the jewelry so special and unique.